Hello everyone, welcome to Innovative English Learning with Rashid Khan. If you want to watch this video in Urdu, you can watch it in Urdu from the playlist. Today we are going to talk about another very important topic, that is punctuations. In this video, we'll introduce different punctuations and then we'll talk about the uses of period or full stop and apostrophe in detail. Let's see what are punctuation marks. Punctuation helps readers understand the meaning and relationships of words, phrases, clauses, and sentences. So the basic function of punctuation marks are that it helps us in understanding the meaning and relationship of words, phrases, clauses, and sentences with each other. That how different words, phrases, clauses, and sentences are related to each other. Apart from that, punctuation marks or marks of punctuation link, separate, enclose, indicate omissions, terminate, and classify. Now, these are those relationships which the punctuation marks make between words, phrases, and clauses. So they link words or clauses or phrases, they separate them, they enclose them in inverted commas, like indicate omissions, like when we delete certain letters, so they are indicated with the help of punctuation marks. They terminate sentences or clauses, and they classify different things into groups, etc. Most punctuation marks can perform more than one function. Remember that each punctuation marks has got many functions, various functions. So it is not the case that only one punctuation marks may perform only one simple action. The use of punctuation is determined by grammatical conventions and the writer's intention. Remember that what a punctuation mark shows is determined by the rules of grammar, and another is the writer's intention. Remember, whatever the writer wants to convey through a written message or written communication, he or she can indicate or she can convey the message with the help of different punctuation marks. Similarly, understanding punctuation is essential for writers because it enables them to communicate with clarity and precision. So the main function of punctuation marks is that it brings clarity and precision in one's message. Now these are the common punctuation marks in English: apostrophe, parentheses, brackets, period, colon, question mark, comma, quotation marks, dash, semicolon, slash, exclamation mark, hyphen. In this video, we'll focus on period or full stop and then apostrophe. So now let's see what is a period. A period is a mark of punctuation that usually indicates the end of a declarative or imperative sentence. Remember that it ends a declarative, affirmative sentence or imperative sentence. We have discussed these two types in previous videos. You can also watch it from there. For example, he is playing cricket. Now it's a declarative sentence. It gives a simple statement. So any sentence that gives a simple statement is called declarative sentence. So such sentences, they are ended with full stop or period. Similarly, get up. It's an imperative sentence, a sentence that gives an order, request, prohibition, instruction, etc. So get up, it's a kind of order. Bring me a glass of water, please. It's a request. So we end them with full stop. Next, periods are also used to end questions that are actually polite requests or instructions to which an affirmative response is assumed. Remember, sometimes we use a structure that apparently looks like a question, but it is not a question, it is a polite request or instruction. For example, will you call me as soon as he arrives? So it's a kind of request rather than a question. So such requests are also ended with full stop or period. Period is also used to end in indirect questions. Now we have two types of questions: direct question and indirect question. For example, she said to me, "Do you like cricket?" Now it's a direct question and it is enclosed in inverted commas. You can see that. Therefore, we have put question mark here. But when we convert it into indirect narration, she asked me if I liked cricket. Now you can see that it is converted into indirect narration. Therefore, we end it with full stop or period rather than question mark. So that is another use of period. Okay, use a comma, not a period, after a declarative sentence that is quoted in the context of another sentence. Remember, whenever there is a quotation and it is followed by a declarative sentence in the same sentence, like we have different clauses. One is enclosed in inverted commas, while another is the reporting speech. So the reporting speech is followed by a period of full stop rather than comma. But if we bring this part, she stated, to the start of the sentence, then it is followed by a comma. But here in this case there is every chance of success, she stated. Here we need full stop rather than comma. But if we say she stated, there is every chance of success, then she stated is followed by comma. A period is placed inside quotation marks. Remember that whenever there are quotation marks, we put full stop inside the quotation marks or inverted commas. Like for example, he stated clearly, my vote is yes. Now the period or full stop, it is enclosed in inverted commas, it is inside the inverted commas. She said, I'm yours. Again, full stop is in inverted commas. When a sentence ends with an abbreviation that ends with a period, do not add another period. Remember, if there is an abbreviation and that abbreviation is followed by a kind of dot, full stop, so here we do not need to add another full stop or period. For example, please meet me at 3:30 p.m. Now this dot, it performs two functions here. One, it is used with the abbreviation, and another, it is ending the sentence, but we do not need to put another dot with it or period with it. Periods are also used after initials in names. For example, when we write the name and we have the initials in names, so after the first capital letter of each initial, we put a period, like Abdul Qadir Khan. So after A and Q, we put the period and then the surname. J.P. Morgan. Again, we can see the periods. As decimal points with numbers. So when we have decimal points with numbers, we also put a period, like 27.3 degrees Celsius, 540.26, 6.9%. So here this point, it is also a period with certain abbreviations like Miss, Doctor, Inch, etc. Next we have apostrophe, that is the second punctuation mark. An apostrophe is used to show position or to indicate the omission of letters. These are the two basic functions of apostrophe. That first, it shows the position, the ownership of someone, and second, it indicates the omission of letters in short form or contraction forms. Sometimes it is also used to avoid confusion with certain plurals of words, letters, and abbreviations. Sometimes we make plurals of words, letters, or abbreviations. So in order to avoid confusion, we put an apostrophe, comma. For example, Ali's room. Now here, this apostrophe plus S shows the position of Ali. It means room of Ali. Ahmad's brother. Again, this apostrophe S shows the position of Ahmad. Plural nouns ending with S do not take another S. Apostrophe is placed after the existing S. Remember, if there is a noun and that is plural, so and it is ending with S, we have to put the apostrophe comma after the existing S, and we do not need to add another S with that. For example, boys. Now, boys is plural and it ends with S. So we only put the apostrophe comma here. We do not add another S in order to make it possessive case. So boys hostel, students cafe. Again, we have S, that is for plural, and we put the apostrophe comma after it. We do not add another S here. Indicating omission. Now sometimes apostrophe is used to mark the omission of letters or numbers in a contraction or short form. For example, I'll Now, I'll is equal to I will or I shall, and here we put apostrophe in order to show that certain letters have been deleted from here, and especially we use such forms in spoken language when we use rapid spoken language. So we omit or we delete certain sounds or letters, and instead of those in written case, we put an apostrophe, comma. Similarly, we have is contracted or shortened into we've. So here we put an apostrophe in order to show that H and A, they have been deleted. They are. So they are. Again, here apostrophe shows the omission of A. I'd. I'd is equal to I had or I would. This single D, it can indicate had as well as would. Now, how can we recognize that whether it is I had or I would? Remember, whenever I'd is followed by third form of the verb, it means that it is I had, and if it is followed by first form of the verb, it means that I'd is equal to I would, because had is normally followed by third form of the verb and would is normally followed by base form or first form of the verb. Next, forming plurals. Now, how does an apostrophe is used? How is an apostrophe used to show the plural form of different letters, etc.? An apostrophe can be used in forming the plurals of letters, words, or lowercase abbreviations if confusion might result from using S alone. Remember, when we have certain letters, words, or lowercase abbreviations in small, and if we only add S, that may lead to some confusion. Therefore, we put an apostrophe to clarify the meaning. For example, the research program does not find A's and I's. Now remember, if we remove this apostrophe from here, it becomes A's, and if we remove this apostrophe, it becomes is. So there may be a confusion then in the meaning. Therefore, when we have such small abbreviations and we want to make plurals of them, we better put an apostrophe in order to clarify the meaning of the letters. A's means different A's and I's means different I's. I's need to be distinguished from the number 1. It means different I's. So again we put an apostrophe here. There are 2 P's in apple. So P's means, when we put apostrophe here, plural of P. Generally, however, add only S in Roman or regular type when referring to words or as words or capital letters. But when we have different words or capital letters in abbreviation, we do not need to put an apostrophe, rather we only add S. For example, 5 ands appear in the first sentence. It means 5 ands, different 5 ands. The word and appears 5 times. So we put an S here without any apostrophe. The applicants received A's and B's. Now you can see these A's and B's, they are in capital. So therefore we only put an S rather than apostrophe, comma plus S. So in this case we need only S. Do not use an apostrophe for plurals of abbreviations with all capital letters. For example, PDFs. So if all the letters of an abbreviation, they are in capital, we do not put an apostrophe. We rather add only S. Or final capital letter. For example, if there is an abbreviation and the final letter of that abbreviation is capital, again we only put S. We do not add any apostrophe, comma. Or for plurals of numbers, and when we have numbers, for example, sevens, so again we do not need any apostrophe, comma, rather we only add S. The late 1990s, again we only put an S rather than putting apostrophe plus S. Okay, thank you for watching Innovative English Learning. Hope you would have learned many things about the uses of apostrophe and period in this video. For more such videos on English grammar, punctuation marks, creative writing, phonetics, phonology, keep watching Innovative English Learning and do share it with your friends. Thank you. Take care of yourselves.